Croeso, welcome to the results for the Autumn Student Elections 2025. Our names are Jerry and Simon, and we are here to be your hosts as we announce the results of the autumn elections.
Firstly, we'd like to start off by celebrating all the efforts of all the candidates across this week. We had 55 candidates running for 17 part-time officer roles, which is absolutely brilliant. And regardless of the result today, I hope that if you are a candidate, that you have taken something away from being involved in this democratic process and take the time to really celebrate what you have achieved. So, well done in advance to all the candidates.
Second, we want to share our excitement about getting representation on every campus. Our spring election earlier this year was the first time since our democracy review that we are able to put roles out on every campus. And with these autumn elections, we have been able to get representation on each site.
Before we jump into the results, just a reminder that we use a transferable voting system. What this means is that students have more than one vote that they can use to rank candidates. For a deep dive into the voting system, please check out our website. So let's dive into the results.
We'll first be sharing the results of our Birmingham part-time officer roles, starting with the international officer. There are 5 candidates in this election: Oyebamiji Oluwafemi Oyedokun, Tariqul Islam Tarek, Bogdan Andrei Gorodzila, Vishal Sanjay Bai Baporada, and reopen nominations. After the first stage, Tariqul has been elected with 249 votes. Congratulations. Next, we have the multicultural officer for Birmingham. There are 8 candidates in this election: Harwinder Kaur, Christina Maria Nicolai, Muhammad Hamza, Hazir Hussain, Abubakar Dembele, Amir Kabal Hussain, Albin Kunigson, and reopen nominations. And after 3 stages, Harwinder has been elected with 215 votes. Congratulations. Next up is the role of Wellbeing Officer for Birmingham. There are 2 candidates in this election: Patrick John Dickinson, and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Patrick has been elected with 162 votes. Congratulations. Our final part-time officer role for Birmingham is that of Women's Officer. There are 5 candidates in this election: Zara B, Lemba Barroso Nunguza, Naushaba Yakub Raja, Samantha Louise Westwood, and reopen nominations. And after 2 stages, Samantha has been elected with 143 votes. Congratulations.
Next, we have the first of our 2 part-time officer roles for the Cardiff campus, that of multicultural officer. There are 2 candidates in this election: Laura, Maina, and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Laura has been elected with 312 votes. Congratulations. Our second role for Cardiff is that of Wellbeing Officer. There are 2 candidates in this election: Kelly Harrington, and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Kelly has been elected with 269 votes. Congratulations.
The first role we will reveal the results of for our Carmarthen campus is that of Ethics and Environment Officer. There are 2 candidates in this election: Flit Amber Cole, and reopen nominations. After the first stage, Flit has been elected with 254 votes. Congratulations. Next is the role of Gender Identity Officer. There are 3 candidates in this election: Kai Collins, Clover Logerwitz, and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Clover has been elected with 161 votes. Congratulations. Next up, we have the role of Students with Disabilities Officer for Carmarthen. There are 2 candidates in this election, Omar Mabrouk and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Omar has been elected with 242 votes. Congratulations. Next is the role of Wellbeing Officer, and there are 2 candidates in this election. We have Lily Stradling and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Lily has been elected with 294 votes. Congratulations. Our final position in Carmarthen is that of Welsh Language Officer. There are 2 candidates in this election. We have Rhys Williams and we have reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Rhys has been elected with 232 votes. Clongefarchiadau, Rhys.
Now we move on to our remaining London part-time officer roles. First up is the role of LGBT+ officer. There are 2 candidates in this election, Luca Giordadi and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Luca has been elected with 93 votes. Congratulations. Next, we have the role of Students with Disabilities Officer for the London campus. There are 10 candidates in this election. Kashmala Hussain, Galina Blider, Carolyn Tufani, Sanya Sunja, Mohammed Mehdi Hassan Jihad, Carbelis Carrillo Guevara, Dean James Miller, Zukula Story Kalagia, Nifola Saha, and reopen nominations. And after 6 stages, Galina has been elected with 130 votes. Congratulations.
And now for our Swansea part-time officer roles. First, we have the role of Welsh Language Officer. There are 2 candidates in this election, Rhys Evans and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Rhys has been elected with 202 votes. Clongefarchiadau. Our final role that we are announcing the results of today is that of Women's Officer for Swansea campuses. There are 4 candidates in this election, Ava Thomas, Vera Yasmin Ahmed, Hina Takir, and reopen nominations. And after the first stage, Hina has been elected with 141 votes. Congratulations.
And that's the end of our results for today. Firstly, a massive thank you to the entire staff team for being involved in this process, and of course to our returning officer, Steve Wilford, for his continued support. I'd also like to take a moment to say thank you to all of you who voted and participated in democracy. Having your voice heard as part of the democratic process at the Students' Union here is incredibly important to us, so thank you very much.
And finally, I just want to let you know that our next democratic events are coming up very soon. For more information about when our campus councils take place, please take a look on our website next week. Also, our annual general meeting is taking place on Tuesday, the 2nd of December, so mark that date now in your calendars. There's a lot that's going to be discussed at the AGM, so be sure to attend to make sure that your voice is heard, and also so that you get an idea of what our SABs have been up to lately as well. Hwyl fawr.
Goodbye.